Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in a window or mirror and felt a pang of disappointment at the person looking back? Do you find yourself slouching over your phone, rubbing an achy neck, or constantly shifting to get comfortable in your chair, no matter how you sit, stand, or sleep? Maybe you've even noticed you seem shorter lately, or that putting on your shoes or reaching up for a cupboard is just harder than it used to be. If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. Every day, millions of people, especially as we age, wake up stiff, move a little slower, and silently wonder, am I just getting old? You might feel frustrated by how hard it is to stay active, annoyed at how easily you tire, or even embarrassed when your reflection doesn't match how young you feel inside. But what if I told you these daily annoyances, this creeping discomfort, loss of mobility, and the unmistakable old feeling aren't just part of aging? What if there's something else at work? Something you can actually change? Here's the kicker. It's not just what you're not doing that's making things worse. It's what you are doing every single day, often without realizing it, that could be aging you a full decade, right now. That's right. The truth is, your everyday habits. Routines you trust and rely on are secretly sabotaging your health, vitality, and even your confidence. You see, you've been told to sit up straight and stand tall all your life. But what if those instructions are missing something vital? What if the so-called normal ways you sit, relax, or use technology are quietly reprogramming your body and making you look and feel 10 years older than you should? It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But there's a hidden reality here that nobody's talking about. I've spent years digging into what research shows about aging, posture, and how seemingly innocent daily choices are silently accelerating the aging process. The truth is, there are secrets lurking in plain sight that they, the mainstream experts and fitness gurus, don't want you to know. While most people are busy blaming their aches, pains, and stiffness on just getting older, I'm here to pull back the curtain and share the reality nobody discusses. Your posture is aging you dramatically, and you can fix it in as little as 2 weeks. Today, I'm going to reveal the insider knowledge you need, and once you see what's really happening, you'll never look at your daily habits or your own reflection the same way again. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll have the blueprint to turn back the clock on your body and feel younger than you have in years. Get ready, because I'm about to reveal the 7 deadliest posture mistakes you're probably making every day. Mistakes that are secretly adding 10 years to your body and face. These aren't just little slip-ups. They're the biggest, most dangerous errors that almost nobody talks about. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what these 7 posture pitfalls are, how they're damaging your health, and most importantly, how to undo the damage, fast. Stick with me, and your understanding of posture and aging will be completely transformed. You're about to discover what most people never learn until it's too late. If you're hungry for the truth, if you're tired of quick fixes and empty promises, this is the place for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers by hitting the subscribe button right now. Together, we're cutting through the noise and getting to the facts about aging, health, and how you can take control. Drop a 10 in the comments if you're ready to look and feel 10 years younger. Or, if you've ever caught yourself slouching, type guilty below. When you engage, you're not just helping yourself. You're making it possible for more people to find out what they don't want you to know. But don't blink, because each of these 7 mistakes gets progressively worse and more shocking. I promise, by the time we get to number 1, you'll never see posture or aging the same way again. What's even more concerning, most people do these things daily without a second thought. Ready for some real surprises? Let's get started, because what you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about your body, your habits, and your future. Let's start with the so-called hero of relaxation, the classic recline chair or couch. It's advertised as the ultimate way to kick back and relax. And most people believe it's the healthiest way to rest after a long day. You've probably been told that reclining takes the pressure off your spine, so it must be good for your back, right? Here's the twist, though. What's really happening when you sink into that plush recliner? When you recline deeply, your pelvis tilts backward, which might feel good at first, but what research shows is that this position actually deactivates your core stabilizers, muscles like the transverse abdominis and multifidus. Over time, these muscles weaken due to lack of engagement, while your hip flexors and lower back tighten. This chain reaction, called postural decompensation, means that your spine's natural curves are distorted. Prolonged sitting with a rounded lower back, or lumbar kyphosis, compresses your intervertebral discs and even reduces blood flow to key tissues. Even worse, as your back rounds, your head tends to jut forward, straining your cervical vertebrae. The longer this continues, the more your nervous system adapts to this new normal, locking in a stooped, aged posture. Studies reveal that chronic use of recliners accelerates sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, especially in the core and glutes, two muscle groups you need for balance and youthful movement. You might have noticed your back feeling stiff when you get up, or a dull ache in your hips and neck that just won't go away. Maybe it takes longer to stand, or you feel a wave of fatigue after TV time. If this sounds familiar, you're experiencing the slow, silent aging effect of the reclined chair. Over months and years, this leads to a sunken chest, protruding belly, and that telltale aged look, even if your mind feels young. If you've been feeling weaker in your core, or noticed it's harder to stand up straight after sitting, you're not alone. Have you seen your reflection lately and wondered why you look older than you feel? That could be your recliner aging you right under your nose. But if you thought that was bad, wait, because the next mistake is even more dangerous, and almost everyone with a smartphone is guilty of it. Modern technology promises connection and convenience. Most people believe that using tablets and smartphones for reading, chatting, or browsing is harmless, as long as you take breaks and try to sit up straight. In fact, many seniors see it as a way to stay sharp and engaged. But here's what's really happening when you crane your neck to look at your screen. The truth is, the human head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. Every inch your head moves forward doubles the load on your cervical spine, a phenomenon called anterior head carriage. Studies reveal that just a 2-inch forward tilt increases the effective weight your neck muscles must support to nearly 32 pounds. Over time, this leads to adaptive shortening of your sternocleidomastoid, scalene, and suboccipital muscles, while your thoracic spine stiffens in response. Even worse, prolonged tech posture decreases proprioceptive feedback, the body's ability to sense position, causing poor balance and increased fall risk. What they don't tell you is that this can also compress the vagus nerve, leading to a cascade of negative effects on digestion, mood, and even cardiovascular health. Tech neck is a misnomer. It's a full-body aging trigger. You might be familiar with headaches at the base of your skull, tingling or numbness in your fingers, or even jaw pain after using your phone or tablet. Maybe you've noticed more lines around your neck, or that your chin seems to sink into your chest. I understand exactly how you feel. It's frustrating, embarrassing, and it chips away at your confidence. If you've noticed creases in your neck, stiffness that travels down your shoulders, or a strange fatigue after scrolling your phone, you're seeing the signs of forward head posture aging you from the inside out. But it gets worse. The next posture mistake doesn't just affect your spine. It's quietly damaging your organs too. Almost everyone has heard that keeping your shoulders relaxed and down is the best way to avoid tension and pain. It's drilled into us by yoga instructors and physical therapists. Most people see this habit as a sign of calmness and proper breathing. But here's the secret. What feels protective might actually be shrinking your space, inside and out. When you round your shoulders forward, even slightly, you're compressing the thoracic cavity, where your lungs and heart reside. This reduces your vital lung capacity and inhibits proper diaphragmatic breathing. What research shows is that this protective posture signals your brain to activate the sympathetic nervous system, the body's stress response, even when you're at rest. This state of chronic low-level stress triggers excess cortisol release, which accelerates muscle wasting and reduces bone density, a process called osteopenia. Over time, the reduced chest expansion leads to kyphotic deformity, which is almost impossible to reverse once advanced. What's even more concerning, this posture can compress your digestive tract, leading to reflux, constipation, and even nutrient malabsorption. You might have noticed shallow breaths, a fluttery heartbeat, or even digestive discomfort after sitting for a while. Maybe you feel anxious or on edge for no obvious reason. That slow, persistent sense of shrinking inward? That's your body adapting to the hunched posture, aging you, one breath at a time. If you felt like your breathing is more shallow, or you've been experiencing mysterious digestive issues, take a look at your posture. Have your shoulders become your armor? It might be time to let them go. But don't relax just yet, because the next posture mistake is even sneakier, and it's almost invisible until it's too late. But wait, it's worse. Most people don't realize how even your feet and legs are involved in this downward spiral. Ready for another shock? Many people, especially seniors, believe that sitting with legs crossed or ankles tucked under is a sign of flexibility and good circulation. After all, it's comfortable and often feels natural, like a little reward at the end of a busy day. But here's the twist. This seemingly harmless habit is sabotaging your body from the ground up. Crossing your legs or tucking your feet under tilts your pelvis unevenly, disrupting your sacroiliac joint alignment. This creates lateral pelvic tilt, a misalignment that puts uneven stress on your lower back, hips, and knees. Over time, the body compensates with muscle imbalances, tight tensor fasciae lati, weak gluteus medius, and shortened adductors. This postural distortion can compress your femoral nerve, reducing blood flow to your lower limbs and triggering chronic venous insufficiency, a condition where blood pools in your legs. Studies reveal that seniors who habitually sit cross-legged are at greater risk for varicose veins, hip pain, and even lumbar disc degeneration. You might have noticed pins and needles in your legs, swelling in your ankles, or a nagging ache in your hips and lower back after sitting. Maybe it's harder to get up, or your feet feel dead when you finally stand. These are the warning bells of a posture mistake, aging your joints and circulation. If you often sit with your legs crossed and have been struggling with leg cramps, swollen ankles, or one-sided back pain, your body is sending you a message. Have you been ignoring it? Still with me? Good, because the next posture trap is so common, it's hiding in plain sight, right where you sleep. Sleep experts often recommend using multiple pillows for comfort, especially as we age. You might have been told that propping yourself up is good for acid reflux or shoulder pain, and it feels like a cozy way to rest and recover. But here's what's really happening while you sleep in your pillow fortress. Excessive pillow use, especially under the head or knees, artificially flexes your cervical and lumbar spine. This creates sustained spinal misalignment during the critical hours when your body should be healing and decompressing. The result? Adaptive shortening of the posterior chain, the muscles and connective tissue running from your neck down to your hamstrings. What they don't tell you is that sleeping in a stacked position reduces intervertebral disc hydration, a process called nocturnal disc desiccation. This makes it harder for your spine to reinflate overnight, leading to early morning stiffness and a permanently flexed, aged posture. The scary part is, This position also compresses your airway, contributing to snoring, fragmented sleep, and even undiagnosed sleep apnea, conditions directly linked to accelerated cognitive decline. You might have noticed you wake up sore, stiff, or with a headache, even after a full night's rest. Maybe you feel groggy or foggy in the morning, or your partner complains about your snoring. Every morning you feel older than the night before, and you can't figure out why. If you're waking up with new aches or you've added more and more pillows to your bed over the years, your sleep position could be aging you, night after night. Ready for the next shocker? The next mistake isn't about how you sit or sleep. It's about how you walk. Take a deep breath, because this is where most people lose years off their life, without ever realizing it. You've probably heard that walking daily is the best exercise, especially for seniors. Doctors, therapists, and fitness gurus all agree. Just get your steps in and you'll stay young. Most people trust that a daily stroll is their anti-aging ticket, but here's what most people don't realize. How you walk is just as important as if you walk. Over time, many people unconsciously develop a shuffle walk, short, flat-footed steps with minimal hip and arm swing. This happens because tight hip flexors, weak glutes, and poor core engagement lock your pelvis and reduce stride length. The technical term is gait hypokinesia. What research shows is that this pattern restricts the spring-like motion of your lower body, diminishing lymphatic drainage, blood flow, and even the brain's supply of oxygen-rich blood. The result? Accelerated loss of muscle mass, sarcopenia, balance problems, and a risk of falls, all of which add years to your physical appearance and internal age. What's even more concerning, short stride walking signals your brain's motor cortex to conserve energy and movement, causing a feedback loop of decline. This is why you see so many older adults moving with a shuffle, looking and feeling much older than they are. You might have noticed it's harder to keep up with friends or family, or you're catching your toes on rugs or stairs. Maybe you feel off balance, unsteady, or even embarrassed to walk in public. The longer this continues, the more it chips away at your confidence and independence. If you're taking shorter, slower steps, or have noticed your hips and arms barely moving as you walk, your gait could be robbing you of years of youth. Before you panic, brace yourself. The final mistake is the deadliest of all, and almost nobody talks about it. Here's the big one. You've probably heard that rest is best and take it easy as you get older. Many seniors are told to avoid strenuous activity and rely on chairs, beds, or even canes for support. It's marketed as safe, gentle, and necessary for aging bodies. But here's the secret. This advice is quietly destroying your body's power center. When you consistently avoid engaging your deep core muscles, like the transverse abdominis, pelvic floor, and multifidus, you develop what scientists call core inhibition. This condition shuts down the automatic stabilization system your body depends on for every movement. The truth is, your core is the link between your upper and lower body, your anchor for every step, twist, or reach. When these muscles are neglected, your posture collapses from the inside out. What research shows is that weak core activation increases the risk of vertebral compression fractures, pelvic floor dysfunction, and even breathing disorders. Experts are finally admitting that taking it easy is the fastest way to accelerate frailty, loss of independence, and visible aging. The scary part is, this syndrome is invisible at first, until one day you stand up and realize you can't move like you used to. You might have noticed back pain, sudden giving way in your legs, or embarrassing leaks when you laugh, cough, or sneeze. Maybe your balance has gotten worse, or you feel like your center is missing. This is the silent erosion of your body's foundation, the difference between youthful strength and sudden decline. If you felt weaker, more unstable, or more fatigued even with small movements, it's time to wake up. Your body is trying to warn you before it's too late. But don't despair, because now that you see the truth, you can take your power back. Let's talk solutions. Here's the good news. You can reverse these posture mistakes fast. Even if you've struggled for years, your body has an incredible ability to heal, regenerate, and reclaim its youthful strength. Don't despair. Every day you wait, time is working against you. But every small change creates massive improvement. Let's break down the 5 simple, powerful alternatives to the deadly posture traps we just exposed. Each one is designed to be practical, easy to start, and best of all, proven by research to work. Dynamic sitting. Instead of sinking into a recliner, practice dynamic sitting. Switch between upright, slightly forward-leaning, and gentle twisting positions every 15 to 20 minutes. Use a small lumbar support or rolled towel at your lower back. This keeps your core engaged, improves intervertebral disc health, and restores natural spinal curves. Studies reveal that micro-movements while sitting can reduce stiffness and improve muscle tone within weeks. Tech head reset. Make a habit of holding your devices at eye level, with your head balanced directly over your shoulders. Every 30 minutes, perform a quick chin tuck, gently pulling your head straight back and shoulder roll. This retrains your deep neck flexors and prevents anterior head carriage. The benefits? Less neck pain, better focus, and a younger-looking profile. Chest opener routine. Spend 2 to 3 minutes several times a day, stretching your chest and expanding your rib cage. Use the doorway stretch. Hands on a doorframe, step through gently, and practice deep belly breathing. This counters the hunched shoulder, improves lung capacity, and boosts your energy. People notice improved mood and digestion in as little as a week. Uncrossed, supported sitting. Keep your feet flat, knees and hips at 90 degrees, and alternate leg positions often. Use a small pillow under your thighs for support if needed. This maintains pelvic alignment, reduces back pain, and helps blood flow. Expect less swelling and more energy for walking and activity, active walking and core engagement. Instead of a slow shuffle, focus on longer, deliberate strides, gentle heel-to-toe rolling, and swinging your arms naturally. Engage your core with each step, as if gently zipping up your belly. Add short daily sessions of balance and core exercises, such as standing marches or gentle bridges. This reverses gait hypokinesia, rebuilds muscle, and boosts your brain health. Within days, you'll notice less stiffness, better energy, and more confidence in your movements. After 2 weeks, your reflection will look taller, more vibrant, and visibly younger. Your friends and family will ask what changed. Breathing deep will feel natural again. Your pain will decrease, and every step will feel lighter. The truth is, these small daily shifts have a compounding effect. After just a month, you could feel like a new person, stronger, more agile, and radiantly healthy. You don't have to overhaul your life or become a fitness guru. Just start with one small change at a time. Each adjustment takes less than 5 minutes a day. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. You have the power to succeed, and your future self will thank you for every single effort. If you've made it this far, you care about taking charge of your health and reclaiming your youth. It's not too late to rewrite your story, no matter your age or past struggles. You have the power to change your body, your posture, and your future, starting right now. Your commitment to learning, questioning, and seeking the truth already puts you ahead of the crowd. The fact that you're here means you're ready for more. More vitality, more movement, more life. I want to hear from you. What was your biggest aha moment today? Drop it in the comments below and let's help each other. Share your experience with posture, what's worked, what's failed, and what you're excited to try next. When you contribute, you're not just helping yourself, you're inspiring and educating someone else in our community. Let's create a wave of change together, one story at a time. If you found value here, smash that like button. It helps us reach more people who need this information. Don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed practical health secrets every week. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a revelation. Drop a young again in the comments if you're committed to making one change today. Ask your friends and family to join. Share this with anyone you care about who deserves to feel 10 years younger. Remember, your participation fuels our mission. Every comment, like, and subscribe makes a difference right now before it's too late. The longer you wait, the more time you lose. But together, we can change the story for millions. Your best years are not behind you. They're ahead, waiting to be claimed. You are more powerful, resilient, and adaptable than you think. Take the first step today and watch your confidence, mobility, and youth return, one posture at a time. You've got this. Your future self is cheering you on. Now let's show the world what happens when you refuse to age before your time. Stand tall, move strong, be ageless.